Good evening, one and all. Am I audible?
Good evening, sir.
Yes,
You are
yes.
clearly audible, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, fine. So, I welcome you to the digital platform of IGNO on class 131 paper Education, ET, Educational Technology and Overview. And the last three classes we have talked about the basics, fundamentals, and some other aspects of educational technology. And today we will see about how the e-learning is playing a significant role in different forms in teaching learning process. And as a teacher of 21st century, as a learner of 21st century, how we will recognize those things, how we will use those things, and what are the importance system and management system will be possible through the technological softwares and devices. It will be a very comprehensive and knowledge of subject matter for you all. So I am sharing your PPT. If visible, please tell me. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So, dear students, we will talk about the e-learning types, tools, and standards. Here we will see concept and types of e-learning, then different times synchronous learning, asynchronous learning, blended learning, mobile learning, flipped learning, and learning management system LMS. Very important thing, and you should have a notice on this. As you know that learners from different school to university level are increasingly not only accessing lot of learning materials, right? And you all are also capable enough to download learning materials from different websites, different portals, e-learning websites. So we'll see today the potentials of e-learning in different forms. Fine. So when we talk about the concept of e-learning, right? Concept of e-learning, you know that the terminology e-learning has a lot of not even standardized yet. এপর্যন্ত e-learning রে কৌଣସି standard concept আসে নাই. If we see the books history, so many researchers, many scholars use the term differently, and some use of the same name as interchangeably. What are the terms? I am going one by one. Then we will talk about what e-learning is. So first is web-based instruction. Web-based instruction. It talks about it is a hypermedia based instructional program which utilizes the attributes and resources of the World Wide Web (WWW) to create a meaningful learning environment where learning is fostered and supported. It is web based instruction. And some people talking about virtual learning. So the educational process of learning over the internet without having face to face contact is known as virtual learning. However, କିଛି ଲୋକ କହୁଛନ୍ତି କ'ଣ virtual learning may also include learning, learning through telecommunication. And another thing is online learning. So it is synchronous to web-based learning where learning is fostered by hypertext transfer protocol. हम जो Google सर्च करो ना HTTP hypertext transfer protocol in internet or intranet, right? Then the another concept comes to us, that is e-learning. So when we talk about e-learning, the term e-learning covers a wide set of applications and processes, including computer-based learning, web-based learning, virtual classrooms, digital collaboration. So e-learning is a broad term encompassing a wide variety of electronic technologies. These are used for educational purposes and wide variety of educational formats and designs. Right. So we can say that e-learning comprise all forms of electronically supported teaching learning facilities. So e-learning helps a teacher as well as a student to learn at their own pace. ଯୋଉଠି ଥାଇ ସେଇଟା ଆମେ ପଢିପାରିବା anytime anywhere, ମାନେ at their own pace anytime anywhere, with the help of computers, LCD projectors, TV, CD, ROM ହଉ, electronic storage device, mobile ହଉ, or any web based tools ହଉ, or virtual classroom ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ହଉ ମଧ୍ୟ. So we can learn. So finally we can say that what actually e-learning is. So e-learning is the use of networked information and communication technology in teaching learning process. এই जो network is being internet or intranet, it is the most important aspect of educational communication process, and it access and usability decide the kind of interactions and teaching that may happen in learning situation, right? ଟିକେ ଯଦି ଆମେ ହିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକୁ ଦେଖିବା, the e-learning was originally developed in 1969. 1969 ରେ it has been developed using the internet technology by the uh, Advanced Research Project Agency of Department of Defense, USA, United States America. So since ତା ପରଠାରୁ internet has grown up exponentially with the emergence of World Wide Web. WWW କେବେ ହେଲା ଏଟା? In 1991. 1991 ରେ ସେଟା concept change ହେଲା World Wide Web. So ତାପରେ କଣ ହେଲା, ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ the internet reached 50 million people in just 4 years. Just 4 years, 50 million people they choose this use of this internet. In comparison, it took 30 years to for radio and 14 years for television. Whatever we see, we are listening nowadays. So you can say that the internet and its world wide web have simultaneously captured the imagination and interest of so many educators, teachers, students nowadays, such as your web-based learning or by online learning, and we are also going through this. So this is very, 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 very important. The e-learning, you got it. E-learning, the term e-learning covers a wide set of applications and processes, including computer-based learning, web-based learning, virtual classrooms, and digital collaboration. Finally, we can say e-learning as the use of networked information and communication technology in teaching learning process. The network being internet or intranet is the most important aspect of the educational communication process, and its access and usability decides the kinds of interactions and teaching that may happen in e-learning situations. Now we will see the communicational technology is used in teaching learning process, right? You know that we are using chat, we are doing instant message, we are doing we are learning through mobiles, right? And different forums, post podcasting, online video, wikis. So many things are there, and we'll discuss one by one here, that how this is important for us. First, we will talk about the communication technology used. What are the used in teaching learning scenario? Here are the e-learning strategies we will talk about. Online learning. Let us discuss e-learning technology separately. Online learning. Online learning कौन? Online learning is a internet or intranet based teaching and learning system जोटा कि डिजाइन ହେଇଛି for web based delivery without face to face contact between teacher and student. So internet is the main tool used in online learning. The other different tools used in online learning are either synchronous ହେଇଥାଉ asynchronous email ହଉ mailing list ହଉ bulletin boards ହଉ or synchronous ହଉ text web chat ହଉ audio chat ହଉ video conferencing ହଉ এই ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ଆମେ ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ କରିଥାନ୍ତି। ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ଜିନିଷ ତମର ଆସୁଛି that is virtual classroom. So virtual classroom କଣ ନା a virtual classroom duplicates the context of a real classroom. It is not real classroom, but it talks about like the real classroom. In virtual classroom, students and teachers use their computers to go to a virtual meeting place instead of a class, right? So students can indicate when they want to speak. କେତେବେଳେ ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ କହିବାକୁ ଉଚିତ ହେବ virtual classroom, and I hope you have attended the virtual classrooms. Teachers can let students speak through audio and video conferencing. I mean, virtual mode ପଢୁଛନ୍ତି କି ନାହିଁ virtual classrooms are there. So teachers and students can use instant messaging and chat. We can message here in the Google Meet chat. Instant messaging and chat, you can ask also questions. So these can choose a form of a variety of synchronous technology for interaction between the student and the teacher. And the next is audio and video conferencing. You know, audio and video conferencing, these are two types of strategies generally used in e-learning. So in audio conferencing, conversation happens between student and teachers without both of them seeing each other. Not देखिके हमें कथाबार्ता करती. And other while video conferencing, students and teachers can see each other and they can talk, they can communicate, they can interact regarding a topic or a question, anything. Then next is your online chat. You are using WhatsApp, you are using uh, Instagram, you are using Messenger, right? So that allows several people to communicate with each other. Each participant use a computer to type his or her comments, and the other participant can see the name of the person and their comments whatever you are seeing online chat. Next is instant messaging. We are doing in mobile. Instant messaging is instant messaging is similar to chat. One person communicates to another person through typing. Instant messaging also provides some additional features. With instant messaging, you can keep a list of people that you might like to chat with. You can send a message to a list of number of peoples. So the list will indicate if there are online. They are online, offline, or available for chat, or they are busy in certain works. Instant messaging. And there is your shared whiteboard. A shared whiteboard, let us group of people, they try to communicate by typing comments, drawing, highlighting, and pointing something. So a shared whiteboard is a common feature within virtual classroom, and there are separate software packages are there, right? According to packets, software package, there are really facilities, more facilities. Then there is application sharing. You are using applications, and different mode of applications you are using nowadays, isn't it? So you can demonstrate that how to use software applications to remote learners, to communicate learners with application learning. So a teacher can also let learners take control over the application, control of the application to practice performing tasks. তুমি ଦେଖିଛ grade of ହଉ ବାଇଜୁ ହଉ different learning apps are there, and we are sharing study materials there. They can see, isn't it? Edmodo hou, so there are so many platforms where you can learn self-paced courses again. So the obvious advantages of self-paced course is very much convenience in nature. Generally, people can get the training they need at the time, isn't it? So this kind of self-paced course include just-in-time training when a person gets exactly the training or she needs to perform a task. Very much important at all so self-paced courses are created with e-learning authoring tools. So you can say that self-paced course can be delivered in many ways, including internet ho, intranet ho, local area network ho, CD-ROM ho, DVD ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ହଉ, ପେନଡ୍ରାଇଭ୍ ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ହଉ, ୟୁଟ୍ୟୁବ ଚ୍ୟାନେଲରେ ହଉ, ବା ତୁମେ କୌଣସି ଲିଙ୍କ ପଠେଇଲେ ଫେସବୁକ୍ ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ହଉ, so we can do it. And there is a group discussion groups. So a discussion group is a collection of conversation to janiche bhala bhabare, and that occur over time. And as you know very well that it allows for comments to be posted and viewed by students and teachers as per their convenience. So we can say the other names of discussion groups are message boards, bulletin boards, and discussion forum, right? And it happens in definitely that e-learning portals, larger nowadays. Okay, and electronic mail, email, the full form of email electronic mail. So it is one of the most popular tool. ଆମେ ସମସ୍ତେ ୟୁଜ୍ କରୁଛନ୍ତି in learning. Study materials ପଠା ହଉ, କିଛି message ଦେବାର ହଉ, information share କରିବାର ହଉ. So by the definition, it is mail delivered through electronic means. So today, email is primarily known as communication from one person to another or many others through the use of computer and networks, right? Then podcasting. Podcasts are digital audio or video files containing meaningful content for learning that are available in websites. And podcasting is the process of creating and distributing such learning material, right? Is the processes of creating and distributing such learning materials. Very simple. And other method that is online video. ଆମେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଅନଲାଇନ ଭିଡ଼ିଓ ଦେଖୁଛନ୍ତି କି ନାହିଁ? ୟୁଟ୍ୟୁବରେ ଦେଖୁଛନ୍ତି, ବିଲିପରେ ଦେଖୁଛନ୍ତି, T1 ଦେଖୁଛନ୍ତି, ଗୁଗଲ ଭିଡ଼ିଓ ଦେଖୁଛନ୍ତି, ଫେସବୁକରେ ଦେଖୁଛନ୍ତି. So there are different applications also. So online videos are video files containing learning contents available in the internet. Educational online video are available on YouTube, no, Bleep, T1, Google videos, right? And Instagrams also share some video, Twitters there are some videos available. So blogs. There is a blogs. What is blog? Blog is a personal website. Your personal website. Car so blog tomorrow thibo. So blog is a personal website that contains content. Which content you have organized, like a journal or a diary or any systematic order. So here each entry is dated. Cow date entry karicha, and the entries are displayed on the web page in reverse chronological order. So that what happened here? Now most recently entry is posted on the top, ମାନେ ଯୋଉ ବ୍ଲଗ୍ସ କରିଛନ୍ତି ମୋଷ୍ଟ ରିସେଣ୍ଟ ଜିନିଷଟା ଫାଷ୍ଟ ଦେଖା ହୁଏ ରିଭର୍ସ ଅର୍ଡରରେ। Readers catch up with blogs by starting at the top and reading down until they encounter the material they have reached. So usually blog is the work of an individual, but blogs combining contribution of several people make blog groups. ଏବେ ଲୋକମାନେ ମିଶିକି different people group ବି କରୁଛନ୍ତି, they are sharing different videos, isn't it? So collaborative video is there also another ତାକୁ କୁହନ୍ତି vlog। এটা ବ୍ଲଗ ଗଲା BLOGS ବ୍ଲଗ୍ସ, another VLOG vlog। So vlog means a video blog or vlog is similarly, or you may say it's simply a blog that uses video as its primary medium in each post, and vlogging is the act of publishing video to a blog. So, and you know that we are you are using TikToks, or you may say that you are using some Instagram preparing videos and that they are sharing here, and you are making different vlogs in different websites, right? And there is webcasting. Another thing is webcasting. What is webcasting? Dissemination of record or live content about the internet। ଆମେ ବେଳେବେଳେ ୱେବକାଷ୍ଟ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଫେସବୁକ୍ ଲାଇଭ୍ ରହୁଛନ୍ତି, ଲାଇଭ୍ ଫେସବୁକ୍ or in different apps are there, they are being telecast live telecast live content। So webcasting is defined as the dissemination of recorded or live content over the internet। and you know that ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ କୌଣସି ଗୁଗୁଲରେ କୌଣସି କଣ୍ଟେଣ୍ଟ ସର୍ଚ୍ଚ କରନ୍ତି, we find a wiki, right? So wikis, what is wiki? The wikis are open, wikis are very much open, no strictness, you can always go to the Wikipedia। It is dynamic websites that collaboratively constructed your knowledge, information, the resources, and you know that which are freely available to any internet user। And you know, wikis allows users virtually from anywhere to create and contribute to any wiki of their choice। ତମେ କିଛି question doubt ମାର ତାର Wikipedia ଆସିବ, anything you may write। So at the same time, we can say wikis enable a user, a student of the technology to critically review and collaboratively revise the wiki, they whatever we are using। What happens through this? Now, as a result, the teacher or student can quickly and frequently update the information, fix errors, and constantly extend the knowledge network. What happens actually, what the new information is. So actually, you will not believe that whatever message is in wiki, it may not be the perfect. There may not be any change, additional information can be added. The latent information we will get here. Okay. Another is your interactive board or interactive whiteboard. You know that in big classes, and you know that in IITs and IIMs there are people. So in some schools they are using interactive whiteboard। It is a large interactive display that connects to a computer and a projector. A projector is used to display computer's video output onto the whiteboard. So, which when acts as a huge touch screen where users control the computer using a pen, finger, or other device. That is, you know, smart technology। ଆମେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ସ୍ମାର୍ଟ ବୋର୍ଡରେ ପାଠ ପଢୁଛନ୍ତି 5T, isn't it? So interactive whiteboard are usually equipped with 4 digital skills। कौन कौन सेटाକୁ? Writing utensils that use digital ink, replacing the traditional whiteboard markers। We have done it, isn't it? Now we are using only a pen having no ink, but we are writing there। And the another important thing that is there is learning management system, LMS। In order to provide online courses and programs on www World Wide Web, we need a software system। software need କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଆମେ। that is known as the Learning Management System or LMS. So, what is an LMS? Now, LMS is an integrated set of softwares or programs that automate the administration system, tracking, and reporting of online courses programs. So, what we say that a LMS provides a centralized, organized approach to learning for scheduling courses and registration of learners, or we can say that assessment of their learning outcomes. Some of the examples of learning management system are Moodle ho, Blackboard, etc. ho, and your a tutor ho. So they are using Edmodo, Google Classroom, right? So now we will see certain advantages of e-learning. So what are the advantages are here? Now here are so many advantages. You know that how the e-learning taking place. Before proceeding or you are going to the subject, uh, it is worthwhile to know the advantages, right? Advantages of new technology in this 21st century. The web-based learning environment provides tremendous advantages to our teaching learning process. And you know that over traditional distance learning or classroom-based learning, we are taking so many benefits thereof. So one of the first one is quick production. What? That is, you can talk about the quick production, alteration, and up to updating of course material. You can easily highlight these things, course materials. Easily we can achieving it through e-learning. Interaction with tutors, course writers, and students to enrich the learning. It also being very easily accessible for the learners to locate, to interact, and to communicate. Location and time independent delivery of course material. We don't need any place for place for download or any time for to study or download. So it is very flexible. Independent delivery of course materials and the ability to serve a large number of students at a potentially reduced cost. ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଏଇ ଅନଲାଇନ ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ପାଠ ପଢୁଛନ୍ତି ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ପାଠ ପଢୁଛନ୍ତି ସୋ ଇଟ୍ ସେଭ୍ସ ଆର ଟାଇମ୍ ଇଟ୍ ସେଭ୍ସ ଆର ଏନର୍ଜି I am not going to Bhubaneswar but I am taking the classes here and you are not coming and you are in that home and you are taking you are enjoying the classes, right? So it's very simple browser interface. So we can say that interactive and dynamic learning experience through online assessment tools, simulations, and animated learning objects also it happening. So it is very popular to know that how e-learning making us flexible. It provides a platform independent delivery accessible through any computer with a simple browser interface. You can easily share the information and now you can make it happen and you can use it in life. So e-learning increased learner control through hypertext based presentation of information and through different forms we are doing it. So seamless integration of multimedia, very close connection is developed, enabling our instructional designers to prepare quality materials, and learners to get rich in environment, learning environment. That ଆମେ କ'ଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ନା ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗାରେ ଥାଇକି we can communicate the all over the world. Even the experts from different universities, different college and university, we can welcome and we can request them for the classes and for any kind of suggestions and for advice easily. So it is very making us very easy to design to some learning materials, to prepare some quality study materials for the learners, and also we are creating the learning situation very well, rich learning environment we are making. And also we can say that there are also some problems behind this. There are some disadvantages of e-learning. What are the disadvantages there? We have written here in different forms that nowadays, students as well as teachers need to be trained to make use of this new technology. Hmm. If you don't have the knowledge about how to use it, if you don't have the trained teacher, so how we can share information, how we can pass information from one person to another, how easily we can share it? It may take time, isn't it? So preparedness to use technology for learning is very low with teachers, because you know that the teachers are not well trained, acquainted with the use of this teaching learn this e-learning. So what happens through this? As a result, technology dominates the pedagogic purposes. Technology dominates the pedagogic purposes. Whatever we want to do, we are not getting it. It dominates the pedagogic system. We are being dependent upon the technology. So integration of technology is good, but technology should not dominate the pedagogy system. Again, we can talk about the lack of any acceptable standard of quality in web-based learning allows uncontrolled growth of teaching on the web. So you know that Google ତୁମେ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ search କରିବ and you are searching a concept and you are getting answers in different forms. Different websites will give you different knowledge idea, but which is correct, which is acceptable one, which is quality one, which is more systematic one. So it is also making a confusion that e-learning ହେଇଗଲା ସମସ୍ତେ download କଲେ upload କଲେ ଛାଡ଼ିଲେ ସବୁ. So uncontrolled growth of teaching on the web, large number of things are there, so which one I should read? They are making confusion, they are creating some kind of dilemma. So application of copyright laws on the web is determined, or you may say application of copyright laws on the web is indeterminate at this time, as the users can download any text or image file that he or she can view. So it is also the problem for us. So there are some things they are very strict. We can download, we cannot download, and there are some things we don't. We can easily download. There are some restrictions also. So authentication and security over the network are still problematic to facilitate online loan assessment of certification. That there somehow virus attack is there, some software problem is there, network error is there, isn't it? Connection is not there. We are not getting the proper message, whatever the listener is saying or the teacher is saying. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So we can talk about that the authenticity of a student's work is also a problem, as online accepts anyone's project rather than authentic students. So how we can select those things? It may create a havoc in the minds of the teachers, right? So the computer marked assessment generally have a trend of being only knowledge based and not essentially practical based. Logically here a trend, so MCQ pattern, and we are getting the knowledge whatever they have. But where is the practical field? Can you test through the assessment through computers to practical things? No, we have to see physically, isn't it? So self discipline need to be inbuilt to get benefit of online learning by the learners, because you know that we are doing so many rough informations, we are collecting so many rough informations which are, may not be uh, uh, very much authentic to our subject content or anything else. So it should be developed, right? It's very clear cut idea. Self discipline need to be built to get benefit of online learning by the learners. Where to search, what kind of learning materials to be read, isn't it? And another mistake or disadvantages may be there, that e-learning, the isolation can be faced by learners even through their interact with teachers and peers through online. So isolation can be faced, that you have seen that two peoples in a one room in different one building, two rooms. Room one, you are living. In room two, your friend is living, and they are communicating with WhatsApp. So what we should read? I am not getting the answer. Please send me. So they are texting messages. They are communicating with each other through message or chats. There is isolation of interaction, communication gap. Roji, interaction with teachers and peers also, they are being affected. Do you think that? So there are certain disadvantages of e-learning. And another important thing there is in your syllabus, that is we can talk about the synchronous learning. Synchronous learning कौन? No, generally we say synchronous learning is called as traditional learning, or you may say classroom teaching and learning, where instructor, teacher, monitor or teach and all the students are present. That is synchronous. So that here what happened, the teaching and learning are completed on a schedule with interaction between the student and the teacher. So we can say synchronous learning can take place either in a classroom setting, in an online chat room, through a video conference, or using a web conferencing application. And you may say there is a constant interaction between instructor and the students, the student and the teacher, you may say. Very simple, right? So in synchronous communication, interaction between teacher and students occur at the same period of time. In synchronous communication, interaction between teacher and students occur at the same period of time. Just imagine how wonderful thing is that. Synchronous learning. Again, we can say that synchronous mode, generally it helps the students to acquire information within no time. So, since both are engaged in the process of conversation at the same time with the teacher and the student, example कौन ହେଇପାରେ ନା face to face talk with through online chat, phone calls, video chat, virtual classrooms, video conferencing and audio conference. These are certain examples of synchronous communication. Traditional form, classroom teaching and teaching learning, where instructor, monitor, teach, and students are there present. Right. Okay. And you can see here that the face to face, you may talk about synchronous communication. You can talk about face to face. You can talk about online chat, phone calls, video chat, video conferencing, audio conferencing, virtual classrooms, synchronous communication. Fine. These are the various forms of communication in synchronous learning. And we must have the knowledge about the advantages and disadvantages of synchronous learning. As you know, it is very much important for all. So we have to identify these things. The black are in the advantages and the red are in the disadvantages section. If we talk about the advantages of synchronous learning, here the instructors interact with many students in real time. It is real time learning, making group discussions, activities are possible here. Different activities can they do. Instructors can clear the misconceptions about contents when students require because it's direct interaction between the student and teacher, face to face mode, online or virtual, physical. So students can interact with the peer group and answer any questions raised during the learning teaching learning process. These are the advantages of that synchronous learning. There are also some demerits, right? We can also talk about that both the student and instructor have to stick on to the time schedules because it is fixed time schedule. At this time schedule violated kale তাহলে cannot learn, we cannot participate. And training required to deliver quality instruction by teacher as time is limited. যেহেতু time is limited ଅଛି, in specific time limit, teacher have to deliver the content or the lesson. So the teacher must be trained one, very trained. And there are number of students participated. So students may not be given individual attention as other students need wait to clear their doubts. So there are so many questions may be raised by the different students, but individual attention cannot be provided to the learners in that sphere. Right? Okay. The learning pace is set by the instructor, not the students. So you can say that the learning pace is set by the instructor, not the students. So that is, that the learning system may not be meaningful because the students are not ready here. They have not fixed it. They have that it is not the pace of learning is fixed by the students. It is the instructor who is preparing the schedule. So it is another limitations of synchronous learning. Now we'll talk about asynchronous learning. Synchronous learning was real time learning, and asynchronous it is not real time learning. Asynchronous is a not real time designed particularly for self-paced learning. It is asynchronous. So here generally I mean reading, watching, listening, different types of content, we make it, isn't it? So here students are very free to complete the course assessment, submit their lesson assignments in very systematic manner. So asynchronous learning is a not real time designed particularly for self-paced learning. Here students understand and learn from reading, watching, and listening to different types of content and interact with instructor and peer group at their own time and pace. Right? So how it is useful, you got it. So students are free to complete the course. Students are free to complete the course here. They are free for the assessment and they submit their works at their own pace by meeting the deadline given to them because a deadline where you are not able to submit it because you are not real time and you have to make it via electronic well any electronic forms blog ho discussion ho discussion board ho digital electronic mail ho wiki ho any form. So asynchronous learning helps students who are engaged in jobs and cannot devote time for study due to their personal work, family commitment, or job demands. The like me or like other anywhere you are working in different school, college, or universities. We are talking asynchronous learning. We are making it. So example for asynchronous communication technology are blogs, wikis, video blogs, blog, forum, discussion board, and electronic mails. Also, these are the examples, right? And you know that this can be podcast also, discussion boards also, forums also, electronic mail, wiki, blogs. So here are the example whatever we see in different forms. Now, there are certain advantages and disadvantages under the asynchronous learning. What can be?
Excuse me, sir.
Hello,
What is for
your voice is not
hello?
audible. Hello, yes, tell me.
What is
Or
forum?
you can,
What is forum?
hello, please you can write in chat box. Okay, okay, got it. What is forum? So very simple thing. We can say that what forum it is a kind of meeting, right? Meeting or a medium where the ideas and informations, your views or opinions on a particular issue, on a particular topic can be exchanged. This is simply we say that it's a forum, right? It can a meeting or a medium of where we generally share our ideas, our opinions, our views on a particular task or on a particular problem or issue which can be exchanged. And generally, we hope this is a forum in debate forum, debate. We talk forum, right? We can exchange our ideas and informations. Are you getting me? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So let us we'll talk about that certain advantages and disadvantages of the asynchronous learning, right? And you know that as there is no real-time learning is possible in this and teaching learning process, so students can learn at any time, any time, any pace, anywhere according to their own needs. Fine. So here also you can say that students can repeatedly study the content to understand the concept. Again and again, you can download it, you can save it, you can see the PDFs, whatever whenever you want to read, and repeated times you can do. You can see the videos, you can read the PDFs or study materials, whatever said. So here there is the chance for students to review the resources, other resources and web links for their learning, whatever may be essential for them to restructure their ideas. It is very much important. And we can talk about that there is some also some amount of limitations or disadvantages in their general reading. So, because you know it is the asynchronous learning, it is limited access to an instructor and peer group when required immediately. Suppose I want to ask questions. You are some few members are here, but if there are larger number of peoples and we want to communicate each other, it may be create a issue to interact immediately all the learners, right? Okay. So, and you have seen that some students may require appreciation of real time and motivation, guidance, and interaction for their study. Some students generally may require appreciation, real time, and motivation, guidance, and interaction for their study. They may create it also a problem in the teaching learning process. The students proper guidance ତାକୁ ମିଳୁନି, interaction properly ହେଇପାରୁନି because of the real time, lack of real time, and they may not be well motivated to learn something. It may create some issues. Fine. Then there is another form of learning, teaching learning, that is you can talk about the blended learning. Learning is blended. तो blended learning क्या बड़े बड़े कौन कहते हैं ना, hybrid or mixed model learning. So generally it includes many types of learning. Blended learning is a term which means instruction and learning experience are provided through some combinations of face to face and, oh, it is a very simple thing that you are asking about the intranet and internet. Can anyone tell me? And you have your mobile have internet and intranet? Anybody? Anybody, please? I am talking very simple thing. Intranet hochi it a private network. We can talk about very simply that an intranet is a private network that only users within an organization can access. মনে করো তুমি ଗୋଟେ ସ୍କୁଲରେ ଚାକିରି କରିଛ, ସେଇ ସ୍କୁଲ ବା ଛୋଟ ଇନଷ୍ଟିଚ୍ୟୁଟ ଯୋଉ ଅର୍ଗାନାଇଜେସନ ଅଛି ଅଫିସରେ, only the people are using that network, that only users within an organization can access. On the other hand, internet is a public network. ତମେ ରିଚାର୍ଜ କରୁଛ, ତମର ବି ନେଟ୍ ଚାଲୁଛି, ଆଉ ଜଣେ ରିଚାର୍ଜ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ତାର ବି ନେଟ୍ ଚାଲିଛି, ତାର ବି ଚାଲିଛି ଇଣ୍ଟରନେଟ. ସୋ ଇଣ୍ଟରନେଟ ଇଜ ଏ ପବ୍ଲିକ ନେଟୱାର୍କ ଦ୍ୟାଟ କ୍ୟାନ୍ ଏନିୱାନ୍ କ୍ୟାନ୍ ଆକ୍ସେସ୍. Intranet is a private network that only users can use within an organization, company, or institution, school, college, they can access personal. And the internet is a public network that anyone can access. So another thing I can say that intranet is usually set up for a specific purpose. Intranet, such as sharing information ho, or any files ho, within an organization, company to company, or office to office. Hmm. Are you getting me? Bujhiela? Hello.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. So let us. We are talking about the uh, what, the blended learning, and you know that the blended learning nowadays is playing very important role, very significant role for making the teaching learning process a hybrid mode, an interactive mode. So blended learning is a term which means instruction and learning experiences are provided through some combination of face to face and technology mediated learning inputs. Both face to face and online learning are included here. So, while providing technology mediated learning experiences, here students are not required to be physically present. Technology mediated learning talks about students need not be required to be present physically at one place, but may be connected digitally through online communication, right? They are connected through, you may talk about any Google Classroom, or Edmodo, or you may say any other applications are there, learning management systems are there. For example, one blended learning course could involve students attending a class taught by a teacher in a traditional classroom setting while completing online components of the course independently they are reading, and outside of the classroom on an online learning platform they are also making it happen. So blended learning is sometimes also we call it hybrid or mixed mode learning, and it uses many types of teaching and learning experiences, and also it utilizes various designs and implementation across for academic programs, teachers, and schools. And as we have seen that we are using in now certain days. Point. So the potential variations of blended or mixed mode learning are virtually endless. Actually, we cannot. It is very specific or it is endless, right? And we can talk about now the mobile learning. You know about the mobile learning? Mobile learning nowadays we all are using the mobile learning. I am also and you also. So the rapid expansion of technology in mobile learning, you know very well. Mobile learning. You can talk about how the mobile learning has been emerged in our teaching learning process. With the rapid expansion of mobile technology, mobile and smartphones or iPhones are becoming very much popular, isn't it? Nowadays they are becoming extremely popular. Nowadays we can say, is the slides visible to you or not?
Yes, yes, sir. Visual.
Okay, okay, fine. So I can see. Okay, fine. So, with rapid expansion of mobile technology, mobiles and smartphones, you know that we are using iPhones are becoming very popular among the learners. All the mobiles are used for number of personal purposes. They can effectively used for student learning. So, learning through mobile is called mobile learning or M learning. Very simple thing. Learning through mobile is called mobile learning or M learning. So, mobile learning is an emerging trend nowadays that require much research, more research and development if the potential of mobile learning to education and training is to be realized. So before studying the concept of mobile learning, it is important, essential to know about certain context of teaching learning process. You know that many scholars and practitioners have tried to define mobile learning, but is field in the teaching still changing and really very what we confused with these concepts. So to define the mobile learning still changing, the concept is still changing, and it will be for many more years. Many different definitions will come, different perspectives to recognize the changes according to time, situation to situation. So for example, we'll talk about mobile learning. You are mobile learning using the palm, I'm ହାତରେ ୟୁଜ୍ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, an early brand of mobile technology. Palm is a learning device in solo way. So it is while learning is any sort of learning that happens when learner is not a fixed predetermined location, or learner or learning that happens when the learner takes advantages of learning opportunities anywhere according to their interest. So mobile learning is a form of e-learning କହିବା ଦେଖ ତମେ, ଯୋଉଟା କି especially employs wireless communication device to deliver content and learning support. We don't need any kind of wire to connect to the mobile when we are using mobile. So it is very Any educational provisions where the sole or dominant technologies are handheld or palm top devices. So we can palm top, laptop we are using, isn't it? Tablets. So we can say that thus mobile learning include access to electronic materials and the resources. They are mediated by mobile devices for the exclusive purpose of teaching and learning support. So mobile learning is a set or is a subset of e-learning available through mobile technology to facilitate the learning system. So in mobile learning system there is certain factors also. We can see here that Cool's framework on mobile learning have given a very good idea regarding this. So what it talks about? It talks about device aspect. What is device aspect? The device aspect refers to uh, size, weight, input or output capacities, file storage, their retrieval, processor, speed of the equipment. Learners aspect कौन ना learners aspect refers to the prior knowledge कौन memory अच्छी context कौन आंची and a transfer discovery learning situation emotions and motivations are there. Social aspect कौन ही परे ना generally it refers to the conversations, cooperation and social interaction among the users. It happens. Social technology DS social technology interaction refers to device networking, system connectivity, and collaboration tools generally we say. Then it is LS or you may say interaction learning intersection. So it refers to interaction situated cognition, interaction situated cognition, and learning communities. And DL device usability intersection. What refers to portability, information availability, psychological comfort and satisfaction. You are getting it. And you know that DLS, the mobile learning, refers to information, access, selection, mediation, and knowledge navigation in the mobile. So it is the a model for framing mobile learning given by Cool in 2019. And there are several strengths and of mobile learning, you know very well. And researches should be done in this mobile learning. Research need to be done because it's a very important matter of concern in nowadays as you are teachers and we are facing using excessively the need of research, right? Okay. So what are the strengths are here? We will see what are the strengths behind this. So some key advantages of mobile learning include the following given by Atwell. So you can say here that mobile learning allows what truly personalized learning anywhere and anytime. Mobile learning, truly personalized learning, truly personalized anywhere and anytime. So it can be used to enliven or add variety to conventional lessons or courses. So we can say that it can be used to remove some of the formality which non-traditional learners may find unattractive or frightening and make learning fun, right? So it is very interesting thing. It can make, it can help deliver and support literacy, numeracy, and language learning very simple way. And we can say that the mobile learning can help a learner, as teacher, to recognize and build on existing basic literacy skill, which allow young people to communicate in a notational form via text messages. So facilities both It facilitates both individual and collaborative learning experiences. Both collaborative learning hoji and individual learning. You are personalized your learning, and through different groups you are also learning. And also you know that mobile learning enables discrete learning in the sensitive area of literacy. You can also taking the benefit of this. Mobile learning can help to combat resistance to the use of ICT by providing a bridge between mobile phone literacy and PC literacy, isn't it? Computer knowledge ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ଅଛି. So yeah, but everybody knows the use the mobile, but not using capable to enough to use the PC. So it has been observed that young people disconnected learners to remain more focused to longer periods. So I can say mobile learning help to raise self-confidence, self-esteem by recognizing the uncelebrated skills. କେତେ ସୁନ୍ଦର ଡ୍ୟାନ୍ସ କରି ଛାଡୁଛି ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ସଆପ ଦେଖିଛ ବା ଟ୍ୱିଟର କଣଟା Instagram and others, enabling non-threatening personalized learning experiences and enabling peer-to-peer learning and support also. We are making very simply, very simply, right? So this about the strengths of mobile learning, and there is some limitations I can talk about. But before going to the flipped, I may say some limitations also in mobile learning. You know, you should know. I have not reported here, but I want to say that first thing is that most of limitations of mobile learning are due to small screen size of the mobile device, and their limited battery life. So learning while mobile was negatively affect in comparison to learn while stationary. ଆମ ସମୟ ନଷ୍ଟ କରୁଛି, ଆଖିକୁ ନଷ୍ଟ କରୁଛି, ଖରାପ କରୁଛି, ଡ୍ରବ୍ୟାକ୍ସ ହଉଛି. This is a serious drawback. And exclusive use of mobile device for any teaching and learning is therefore not recommended. Right? So regardless of screen size of mobile devices, how students tend to have a, positive or overall opinion for mobile learning and watching a video significantly increasing their knowledge because of the small screen size mobile device. And the interface should be built in such a way that convey message using the smallest amount of text, and a proper navigation cannot be done accordingly. So there are also some negativities that psychological disturbance. You may talk about some side effect if when we use excessively, we are being neglected from our handwriting. Poor handwriting develops. Our handwriting ଲେଖନ ଶକ୍ତି ବହୁତ କମି ଯାଉଛି. We are using excessively, so there is a negative side effect, right? And we should talk about the flipped learning, another important platform of learning, that is flipped learning. Flipped learning, what is flipped learning? Or the flipped classroom learning? That we can talk about. Flipped classroom model is generally based on the idea that traditional teaching is inverted, in the sense that what is normally done in class is flipped or switched with that which is normally done by the student out of the class. So instead of students listening to a lecture in a class and they are going home to work on a set of assigned problems, they read it. They read course literature and assimilate lecture material through video and home, and engage in teacher guided problem solving analysis and discussion in class. They are coming with previous knowledge. So certain proponents of flipped classroom list numerous advantages of inverting teaching and learning in higher education according to the flipped classroom model. And this allows students to learn at their own pace. It encourages students to actively engage with lecture material and it freely up actual class for more effective. Create creative and active learning activities happens here. Teachers receive expanded opportunity to interact with and we may talk about access students because they are known. Nothing is very over to them, isn't it? Then we talk about the advantages of lived classroom. You can talk about the advantages of flipped learning. Flipped learning ର advantages କ'ଣ ହେଇପାରେ? Several advantages are there. First one we can talk about, and it encourages spirit of research in students. First one. So in a flipped classroom, students get to see what everybody else has seen and think what nobody else has thought. So what happened here? A teacher alerts some concepts to students in a class which they go home and find about those concepts by themselves. So they make some notes, assignments in their own style, which pay way to original and unique understanding of their. So this is very good advantages. Second thing is liberation in homework. Liberation in homework means what? The flipped classroom technique gives ample scope for the student to make their own choice of expressing views on the given concept. They got a video, a lecture, watch videos, listen to audios, and read different learning materials, which give them freedom to make notes. Previously, students who took running notes would always have a risk of missing points. But now, students can pause, rewind, and save the information to carry to class or for further use. Right? It is very much, very much important. Then third thing you can talk about that is your develops collaborative work culture, right? So unlike traditional learning, students share the information here. They collect with their classmates in a flipped classroom. So this technique generally encourages pure learning, project-based learning, right? So which encourages any kind of learner, also slow learners, to learn and participate in sharing their own views, putting their abilities. So they can kept busy with the activities and tasks, right? So students like struggling students, great performers, inverted skills can get the attention they need. So it is very much the field class caters the needs of the different learners of irregular students also. We can catch up with the pure group foster and learn easily. So we can say that develop collaborative work culture through this flipped classroom. And another is student-centered classroom, isn't it? Learner-centered, student-centered, learner-centered classroom. The teacher makes the use of time in a classroom by supporting students in grasping the concept through practical application, and they may provide giving hands-on experience as they already have an idea of the concept, right? And we can talk about the versatile engaging learning environment. So the flipped classroom inspires teachers to offer a versatile and engaging learning environment to share learning content while entrusting more responsibility on students regarding their own career. At workplace, like-minded teachers can share resources, tips to make successful flipped classrooms. So while this is very much important, and we can say also that there are large number of limitations of flipped classrooms. right? More workload on teachers. Here also another thing we can say that more workload on teachers. Flipped classroom is inspiring teachers to change the way they have always done things as well. It is motivating them to bring technology into their classroom through user video or virtual classrooms. So the flipped learning suffers from different situations. More workload on teachers. କେତେ task କରିବ teacher? So teacher need to spend more time in planning her lessons as each individual student watches videos, various videos and tools. So she must put an extra effort to make activities and tasks which would test the potential of all kind of students. It is very much difficult to make larger number of assignments. So students with their prior learning experience demonstrate their mastery on the contents differently. They are going to and they are doing things differently or doing things same. So it is an important matter of concern reflect the teacher and their participation around the law. And we can talk about the technical issues are there. There are various technical issues associated with the teaching learning, flipped classroom, student flipped learning. Students must have the access to internet to perform various learning tasks. So without access to internet, they cannot do their project, they cannot do their homework. So lack of technical knowledge or technology means no work, no progress on the part of both teacher and students. So there's another threat to students technical issue. And initial setup needs more time. First time as well prepare କରୁଛ idea nahi, so it will also take a larger time, wastage of time. Teachers need to plan, organize, implement the lesson, task, assignment, activities in such a way that students find them interesting. So in case of lack of technical knowledge of the student are unable to catch up the teacher's guidelines, so the whole purpose of this that would be lost if we are not capable enough to make it fine, isn't it? And another thing, students need to have a very good interest to do new things. If not interested, so initial setup not be an effective one. Interest of students matters, isn't it? Because if students are not interested and drop the idea of doing homework, there is no room for a flipped classroom. Teachers creativity primarily needs to focus on motivating students to do their assignments. It is very much important. Not everyone's cup of tea. A flipped classroom is not everyone's cup of tea. It is not simple task. The flipped classroom method would be more apt for self-discipline and self-paced motivated student. The students should have good knowledge in coping with technical problems too. On the other hand, in case of failure to complete the homework, it would demotivate the student further. So it is not a simple thing for all. They are all are not familiarized with the concept. So not everyone's cup of tea that is flipped classroom. And we can talk about the highly expensive and risky. It is also highly expensive and to implement this in the flipped classroom. Education institutions need to be financially ready. Installing devices, project, new curriculum, training teachers, skill-based training, facilities, internet. So everything should be very systematic. And change may be a bitter pill, right? So teachers who though are aware of drawbacks of traditional methods still don't mind implementing the new method, but this change requires a lot of efficiency, patience, willingness to accept the change, and self motivation. So teachers themselves need a lot of training in order to equip themselves with the new trends in teaching and learning and embrace the innovative technologies. Right? So the more challenging role of teacher need to play in this context. Right? So for that there is still doubt that how it can be achieved. Right? Okay. So now we'll talk about another important thing, that is your learning management systems, LMS, right? And you should be very happy that the learning management system we are using massively in today's nowadays. Okay. So, Harry, most of the recent innovations in distance education has been the implementation of course, the management of or learning management system that allows the teachers to develop and deliver instruction and learning opportunities in an organized and collaborative way. So this learning management system can incorporate a wide variety of materials, including text, multimedia resources such as learning objects trained from various learning repositories. So what we can say that a learning management system, commonly abbreviated as LMS, is a software application for the administration, documentation, tracking, and reporting of learning activities and events. Clear? So most learning management systems are web-based, which facilitate anytime, anywhere, any place access to learning content and administration. So some learning management systems can also help us to deliver and manage instructor-led synchronous and asynchronous online teaching. In essence, an learning management system is a strategic solution for planning, delivering, and managing most learning events, including online, ho, virtual classroom, ho, and instructor-led course may be there. So the learning management system are also somehow called the content management system. କିଛି ଲୋକ କହନ୍ତି. However, according to the certain uh, researcher, they have designed for much broader purpose of this using of this learning management system. So what should be generally learning management system, what should be able to do, what should do, what kind of things should be there, what learning management system will be able to do, what they will do. Now centralize and automate the administration system, first thing. Second thing hoji, use self service and self regulated services. Then assemble, deliver learning content rapidly, consolidate training activities, initiatives on a scalable web-based platform, support portability and standards, personalize content, enable knowledge review. So these are the important what LMS should be able to do, right? And there are certain features of LMS that communication tools should be there, productivity tools should be there, students motivation involvement tools should be there, isn't it? This is important provision for student and instruction blogs and wikis. So we should know now, is there any strength behind this strength of learning management system, isn't it? So we can see that certain strengths are there. We can highlight that uh, the learning management system has a following strengths. What are the following strengths? One is it provides a centralized learning environment to provide consistency in teaching and assessment. Secondly, we can talk about it is available 24 into 7 hours to the learners. Anywhere they can download, they can read, they can evaluate. Multiple students can access the course content simultaneously. It provides simple and easy templates to help the teacher to develop software related skills easily. ଏମିତି ତାହେଲେ LMS software ଅଛି. Do you know that? Any example? Is there is a module, a store, right? So we can say it provides tracking of the students to know how they are performing, how much time they have been spending in the course page and activities, etc. We can see, we can track everything. It saves teacher time to provide more quality time in class as they can delegate some routine tasks to be done after the class using the learning management system. So it also provides a collaborative group learning opportunity to the students because there are some grouping, and you know that Google Classroom, if you have used, Moodle, how they are helpful. It gives one-stop solution to the learners as all related activities are done through the learning management system. And the learners can depend on this as a guide to search and find the information systematically. So there are so many things we can manage it in a short form. And there are also some limitations of what I have not mentioned the delimitations or limitations here. Yes, I have mentioned, right? Many learning management systems provide templates for the correction of online course content. Templates which allow teachers to design and create courses easily and quickly in a familiar environment without the need for much training. So these templates are acceptable where discussion and debate are central to understanding and knowledge building, right? So, however, they are rather insufficient when there is a need to develop knowledge of subject matter such as mathematics science or any other subjects which require illustration and demonstration. So how you will do it? Demonstration in learning management. How I will do it? The illustration in the learning management system. These facilities are not available there. So we can talk about the modern learning management system have the capability to collect, analyze, and report data on learners' activities. Tracking may include data on time spent of learning activity, when it was started and completed, a number of attempts and assessment item ସବୁ ଦେଖିପାରିବା, but tracking eliminates a key benefit of elements, which is the creation of a safe environment that treats students from the fear of failure ବଡ଼ ଡର ଆସୁଛି ତାର, and the pressure of time that is common of a conventional classroom. Hmm. That ଆମକୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ task ଦିଆ within time frame we have to do, so you are in a pressure, right? In learning management system also there is a fixed time student started, if not completing him seeing pressure, in stress. And you know that some learners nowadays who know that all their learning activities are being tracked and recorded may feel less comfortable experimenting, taking chances, and pushing of limits of the knowledge. ସେ ଜାଣିପାରିବେ ସବୁ ଗୁଡ଼ାକ tracking ହଉ checking ହଉଛି, ସେ ଆଉ interest show କରିବେନି. So it is possible that instead of learning from their own mistakes, they will try to avoid making any mistakes at all. ସେ ଆଉ mistake କ'ଣ କରିବେ, କିଛି କରିବାକୁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିବେ ନାହିଁ. So they may face difficulty, isn't it? They may face shame. It is a matter of concern we have to see. And the next is learning management system example. I have only written here two examples here. You can go many other examples are here. But I have written educators can choose from several hundreds learning management products. Well known ଦିଟା ଅଛି open source course delivery platform, that is a tutor and Moodle. A tutor ହଉଛି is a web based learning content management system which was initially developed by the Adaptive Technology Research Center, University of Toronto, to offer maximum flexibility regarding accessibility and adaptability of online courses. So it can be accessed by learners with disabilities who have access to assistive technologies. They can use it simply. Moodle. Moodle is a LMS, learning management system, that is guided by the social constructivist learning philosophy. That is, learners construct new knowledge as they interact with their environment. Moodle is very popular. I am also using this Moodle. So the software comprises various modules that include assignments, charts, forums, glossaries, lesson, journal, quizzes, and sources. So module con. ମଡୁଲର ଫୁଲ୍ ଫର୍ମ କ'ଣ? ମଡୁଲ ହେଉଛି ମଡୁଲାର ଅବଜେକ୍ଟ ଓରିଏଣ୍ଟେଡ୍ ଡାଇନାମିକ୍ ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଏନଭାୟରନମେଣ୍ଟ। ମଡୁଲ modular object oriented dynamic learning environment, and Moodle is a learning platform designed to provide educators, administrators, and learners with a single, robust, secure, integrated system to create personalized learning environment. The website ଟା କ'ଣ ନା http://module modle.org. We can go to there. So according to module statistics, there is some right in 225 countries there are approximately 1 lakh 4,000 across registered sites are there. And nowadays 19 lakhs 1 crore 94 lakhs 80,000 something courses created using Moodle. So just imagine, Moodle is designed to support a style of learning called social constructionism, isn't it? So it's very much uh, important. Moodle is primarily developed in Linux using. Then now you can using also install in your laptop hardware. Disk space minimum 160 MB free ଥିଲେ ହେଇପାରିବ। Memory minimum 256 MB ଥିଲେ ହେଇପାରିବ। 1 GB ହେଉଛି recommended for hardware। ମୁଁ କହୁଛି କ'ଣ କ'ଣ ଦରକାର। So there are certain things we must have ideas for using these devices in teaching, different teaching learning scenario, right? I hope you got very message regarding this teaching learning process in with the help of technology. Any question comes to your mind? Jitendra, hello.
Yes, sir. Good
Are you
evening.
getting me?
Yes, sir. I am hearing you.
Okay. Biranchi Narayan Das.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, so it is very much important thing, right? You should, as a teacher's point of view, as a student's point of view, it's very much important and is a very debatable thing also in today's to do several researches in this area. There is a lack of researches in this area. You have, if you want to do research in future days, you can also focus on this, right? Okay. Okay, thank you very much, dear students, for the your interaction and your question. Any
So, yes, sir. Yeah, it will be better if you can share the PPT with us.
okay,
PPT.
okay. I will try to share. Okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank
Thank
you
you.
all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.